A win, but not with ease, against the Cherries. And in the European Cup, at the last hurdle, it goes belly up. And Trent's thigh has had enough. And in the FPL, it's not just the smooth, but also a bit of rough. The good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool FC podcast for the game week number 23, brought to you by the LFC File. Roll the intro, Mo. Welcome back, one and all, for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast. And I start by welcoming on board the new subscribers. Thank you very much for putting your, how could I put it, your Liverpool fan interest in my humble hands. Thank you very much for that. And to everyone else, welcome back. It's good to have you along for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, press the notification bell if the content floats your boat, and share with your friends and fam. So without further ado, let's get into it with the good. And the good this week is going to be Liverpool's 2-0 win against Bournemouth on Saturday. A hard-fought win it was, I have to say. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. Liverpool took the lead after 30 minutes with a penalty well converted by Mo Salah after Cody Gakpo was brought down, you could say a little bit dubiously, but brought down he was, and Liverpool were awarded a penalty which Mr. Salah duly dispatched. In the second half, Bournemouth, they were in the game in the first half as well. It wasn't an easy game by any stretch. And Liverpool got the final goal, I think, in the 75th minute. Mo Salah scored. Very well taken effort as well. But Bournemouth didn't go without their chances as well. And Alisson made a couple of very good saves actually, to keep Liverpool in the game. And also, I believe Bournemouth had a goal disallowed for offside as well. So no easy day at the office, but a successful day nonetheless. And I've got the Daily Mail here with their headline: Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Mo Salah nets a brace as rampant Reds extend their lead at the top of the table to 9 points as the Cherries suffer their first loss since November. 9 points. I think the lead is down to 3 now because Arsenal royally kicked Man City's behind yesterday. So I think they're now on 53 and Liverpool on 56. But it's a pretty good result there from Liverpool. And Lewis still goes on to say Bournemouth has been a bit of a graveyard this season. The big boys have rocked up to the south coast only to make the arduous trek home beaten black and blue after being slated and outplayed by Andoni Iraola's effervescent warrior-like war horses. But yes, they came unstuck on Saturday. Cody Gakpo, I would say, had a good game naturally. Mo Salah as well. I thought the back four done very well until Trent pulled up injured, which we'll come on to later. But yeah, pretty decent performance. Midfield as well. Gravenberch is in superb form. He's playing really well in this, holding this sort of number 6 double pivot role. McAllister didn't do too well. I think he was lucky to stay on the pitch, in all honesty. But overall a good performance from the boys. I think the referee, Darren England, done all right. Actually, he seemed to have a good handle on the game. I'm sure the Bournemouth supporters wouldn't agree with me. I think he seemed to have a good game, and he had a good rapport, I think, with the players from both sides. So it was nice to see that. And of course, the referees, we always give them a bit of stick when something goes wrong. But I think if they have a half-decent game, then it should be acknowledged as well. So we move swiftly on to the bad. And the bad this week is going to be Liverpool surrendering their lead and 100% record in the Champions League. Or excuse my voice, actually, it's a bit hoarse today, unfortunately. Against PSV away during the week. I didn't see the game live. I was watching Leverkusen, who, that wasn't the best of games, but they seemed to run out 2-0 winners. But anyway, that's another discussion. But yeah, Liverpool, they took the lead through Gakpo. He ended up losing 3-2. Gakpo got the lead after, what was it? It was a penalty on 28 minutes. And then we got Elliott restored the lead after they scored in the 35th minute. This Bakayoko, his name is, wasn't he? Very impressive, this guy, actually. Very strong, very impressive guy. And then they equalised and then took the lead at the end of the first half. Typical. And then that was it, really. Liverpool were unable to really string a decent, few decent chances together, really. They had one or two close ones, but nothing that you could have deserved it. There was a lot of changes anyway, as we know, and there's a red card for young Amara Nallo late on in the game, didn't help. But by then, I think it was pretty much game over, really, to be fair. So yeah, not the best of ways to sign off. But that said, Liverpool finished the group top. I've got the BBC here with their headline from Neil Johnson. He's got a much changed Liverpool finished top of the Champions League phase despite losing their 100% winning record after defeat to PSV Eindhoven in a 5-goal thriller. And from the highlights I've seen, yes, 5-goal thriller it was. At the end of the day, it's academic because we are through, and we'll see who Liverpool face after this playoff phase. So unlucky, but then well done the Reds at the same time. Moving swiftly on to the ugly. And the ugly this week is going to just be, there's nothing major really, but it's just Trent Alexander-Arnold getting injured because Liverpool have got a couple of very important games coming up. And I've got Jack McEachin here from The Express. You can see his headline, Worrying Trent Alexander-Arnold Injury Update after Liverpool star forced off in big win. And the update was that he's probably going to miss the Tottenham game. Moving swiftly on, we have the weekly update for Gameweek 24 for the world-renowned Fantasy Premier League team, FC Akia Saarfish. And let's check the scores on the doors. Not the best of weeks, but not the worst. I mean, I say that a lot actually, but it was okay. I didn't play a chip. Maybe I should have done. A lot of people played the assistant manager, where you get points for the manager's performance, and of course they chose on the slot. I was toying with the idea of the triple captain, and I wish I had done. Yeah, 2020 is always, hindsight is always 2020, isn't it? But overall, not so bad. Got 32 from Salah, 17 from Chris Wood, who is in stunning form at the moment. Murphy at Newcastle brought in 8 points there. Other than that, fairly unspectacular scores. There's a couple of double game weeks coming up. There is, this week, 24 and 25, and then I think it's 33 and 34. So I'm going to have to play a few chips over the coming weeks. So look out for that. But 78 comfortably above the average. Liverpool have to play Everton next week, and Palmer will be playing for West Ham United at home. So I'm hoping he brings home the bacon, so to speak. If we look at the league situation, the Düsseldorf Super League still got my lead intact despite not having the best of scores. Merely Mortals there got 83, and they think it's all over. 100 points. Well done, that man. And beating Charsteds as well, 189. That said, I still have an 80-point lead. So I think I can afford a bit of a mess up, to be fair. So yes, got to be happy with that. And then looking at the League of Kings, my league is still intact. Overland and Sea. I think he played his the manager chip. That's right. I'm just looking at that now. He played the manager chip, but still 2 behind me. And yeah, still a decent lead. Still a decent lead there. But that said, can't rest on my laurels. We'll see in the update on Friday how I managed to do that. And for those that don't check that out, there's a weekly, very quick update on a Friday morning for the end of the game week when all of the points have been allotted, all the bonus points and all the jiggery pokery, etc. So look out for that. That will be out on Friday morning. On that note, I will bring this episode to a close. Thank you very much for joining and bearing with my squeaky chair. Apologies for that. I have to get some oil. Thanks for coming along. As always, press the like button, subscribe, press the notification bell so you know when the next one is going to be out. And take care of yourselves. I think it's going to be sunny this week, although rather chilly. So wrap up warm, but take a pair of sunglasses with you. That's my advice. So until then, look after yourselves and look after one another. Peace. Your LFC File.